Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. When Judge Lawrence Mugambi issued a sentence on MASENGELI, Gilbert MASENGELI, the expectation was that the police IG was going to respond. Now the police authority decided to withdraw Judge Lawrence Mugambi's protection. And this was shared by KOOME during a presser with the JSC.
Justice Lawrence Mugambi is entitled to a police driver and a bodyguard. Those two personnel, they were disarmed and withdrawn, told to report to their headquarters. All our efforts to get in touch with them to restore the personnel to Justice Mugambi were unresponded to.
So I want us to go extensively into this statement from KOOME and what is likely to happen going forward now that the security of Mugambi has been withdrawn. Now, before we get further on that, please like this video. It's so important. If you like this video, I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. After listening to the statement from KOOME, there's something I managed to point out of her statement. And she said, and she meant that the judiciary will be unmoved, uncowed, and they will continue to discharge their duties regardless. That was a very strong message being sent to the IG and the team. That despite the fact that they withdrew the secret details of Lawrence Mugambi, the judge, the judiciary will still continue to execute its mandate. Now, this appears to be a blackmail. Now, that's according to what people are saying on the ground there, that maybe the police is telling the judiciary to mind their own business, to stop meddling in the affairs of the police. But why are we in this scenario, ladies and gentlemen? You remember, all of you, that the judge whose security details have been withdrawn had requested MASENGELI to appear in court, and 7 times MASENGELI didn't appear. And MASENGELI was supposed to appear there and probably provide some insight into those disappearances of the 3 gentlemen whose names had been taken to court. Had been fronted there. But you heard what happened thereafter. There was an affidavit which was written by the police boss. Affidavit that, based on Dunstan Omari, that affidavit detailed what the police said is their position as far as this issue of abduction is concerned, that they were not involved, that they had launched an investigation into those disappearances. So that's what the affidavit entailed. But you understand that Judge Lawrence Mugambi did not read that affidavit and said that because the police boss could not appear in court, he was not going to read that affidavit. He needed the police boss to come to court. But instead, what happened? MASENGELI sent his deputy to go and represent him in court, and a lawyer. So that is why we are in this kind of a situation at the moment. So I want to take you through some of the statements which KOOME said here, because there's something here she talks about, and she warned that such actions send a chilling message to both the judiciary and the public, undermining trust in the courts and eroding the foundations of our democracy. And she said the withdrawal of High Court Judge Lawrence Mugambi's security details is an act of intimidation. And she said This deliberate and punitive measure represents a direct assault on judicial independence, an affront to the rule of law, and a violation of the principles enshrined in our Constitution. She later on said, security for judges is a necessary provision and cannot be withdrawn whimsically. So those are some of the statements which KOOME said there. She also reiterated that we caution that retaliatory measures against a judge or judicial officer have not place in a democratic society. Judicial independence is not a privilege for judges. It's the cornerstone of justice for all citizens. Judges must be free to make decisions based solely on the law, without fear of retribution or interference. Any encroachment on this independence puts our society at risk of descending into lawlessness, where might supersede rights and justice is subverted by intimidation. So this is basically all about what transpired, the story about withdrawal of security details of the High Court Judge Justice Mugambi. We've had so many politicians talk about this matter. Not really the withdrawal, but talk about the sentencing of MASENGELI. One politician is Ayub Savula, and some Luya politicians who maintained that MASENGELI's that this whole thing is political, because there is this issue of Kanja's grilling of Kanja that has taken place in Senate and are supposed to take place in the National Assembly. And based on the politicians' remarks, they say that since there is indication that maybe Kanja might be dropped, because where Kanja comes from is where the CDF comes from, and it's where Rigathi Gachagua comes from. So it's not possible that all these people to come from one region. So based on that, based on that realization, most politicians in Western believe that this is just a game plan that Lawrence Mugambi is being used to solve political scores, which is not something that is welcomed. So this is how much the whole thing has been politicized by the leaders from Western. That's what we are seeing, ladies and gentlemen. That is akin to what happened with the NIS boss, Nuruddin Haji, when Rigathi decided to go toe-to-toe with the NIS boss. And then all coastal leaders defended the NIS boss. So what we are seeing with MASENGELI's case is just the same thing. It's just a repeat of exactly what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Now, perhaps if you're watching this video and not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until I catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.